Alrighty guys, as you keep bringing in a Dragon Ball Legends TOP walkthrough video. This is going to be for season 99. This is going to encompass both part 1 and 2, since this is very late in the season. So this is going to have all 25 fights in it and just one shot for the standard edition. We will be doing the same thing for the pocket edition. If you want that version of the video, that will be linked in the description down below. This is the team that we are going to be running right here. It's just the Regeneration team, our old faithful, right? We're returning back to our roots, especially for something that's last minute. I feel like a lot of you guys do have your Regeneration teams built up already. The only new additions here is going to be this Cell, who did just get a Zenkai. He's melee based, but his blast isn't too far off. And we are going to go ahead and set him over to blast because everyone else is set over to blast, so it just makes sense to have everything pretty consistent, right? So make sure you are setting all those units over to that. And we didn't do anything special with this friendship rank. We just got all his Zenkai panels leveled up. That's it. No friendship rank farming has been used for him. And for this season, we are running 1 Z tier and 2 S tiers. So if you do want to drop one of your S tiers, that's completely up to you. A 30% boost is recommended per season, right? So with this, you're getting the 20% from the Z tier and then another 20% from your 2 S tiers. So you're getting above that 30%. All right, so that being said, the first fight is going to be straight ahead of us, a 4th difficulty fight. It is against the Bardock squad. All right, so this is the team formation I'm going to use right here. There's double blues. Let's go ahead and put a red on backup, and then let's put this guy on backup as well because of the double greens. So something that you do have to remember here is if you blue card this Goku and Bardock unit, they end up getting 100% to their gauge. And since I don't think my Boot Tanks has enough to actually take them out, I'm going to go ahead and wait for a little bit. Let's go ahead and use that super attack onto the yellow Bardock, which is also a high priority. And then we can go for the Goku and Bardock. We'll go for the Fascia. And then from there, it's pretty much whoever you want to go for. So at this point, we're going to go for the Shugesh. We're going to go for this guy and then this guy at the end. All right, so we did get the full kill there. I mean, unfortunately, we did need the rush, but 1 million right off rip on the first fight, I think that's more than okay. Maybe it would have been more of a wise idea to bring in our red unit instead of maybe one of these blue units right here, maybe instead of the baby. Next is to the right of us, a 5th difficulty fight. It is against DB or, well, I mean, triple Roshi and then Android. I don't know what to call it. This is the team formation I'm going to be using right here. I know there's 2 blues here, but I think him just farming up his super attack is like super valuable. So I'm going to just go ahead and stick him in there. We don't even need to bring these guys out until like fight 15 or 14, one of those two. So they're going to go ahead and just marinate on the background. All right, so for information on this fight, I am going to go for this guy first. Typically, I would tell you guys to go for the red 21 first, especially if you have the Boot Tanks blue card. But since the blue card might not kill her, I'm not too sure. I don't think I've fought this fight before. This yellow Roshi does have blast cover for that red 21, right? So we're going to go for that Gohan first, then the Roshi, then the red 21, and then we'll go for the blue 21, and then the Roshis. You can go ahead and take them out as you see fit. It's so a pretty easy fight all around right there. That was a 5th difficulty. We were able to one-shot the Nerd Han, building up the super attack with this guy right here, which is huge, and we did get the full kill without a rush. All right, so next is straight ahead. It is a 4th difficulty fight against LOE. All right, so this is the team formation we are going to be using right here. I want to bring in the Zamasu here, but there's double blues. I don't care about the frost, but the fact that we're going to take Revival Frieza out last is a little bit concerning to me. So we are going to go ahead and do it like this. Boot Tanks with the special move tile though. All right, so attack order is pretty simple right here. Normally I would just go for one of the reds because of Boot Tank super attack, but we are going to get stunned on turn 1 by the red Frieza, and that's completely up to RNG. If he stuns our Boot Tanks, our formation's kind of screwed over there too, right? So we're going to go for this guy instead because he stuns a unit on turn 2, which is avoidable. Then we'll go for this guy, the red Frieza, the yellow Frieza, the green Frieza, and then Revival at the end. All right, so pretty easy fight right there. Nothing to worry about. Our Boot Tanks did get stunned, by the way, so that's why we plan ahead for those kinds of situations, right? Because we ended up super attacking on turn 2 onto the red cooler, taking him out, which was fine. Next is straight above us, 4th difficulty fight against kind of universe reps. I mean, there's 4 universe reps right here, right? All right, so this is the team formation we're going to use right here. There's double yellow, so let's take out our purple, also preserving that super attack, right? And then we're going to take out a green because of the double purples. I don't think this is going to be a hard fight, though, just to be clear. Alright, so I do want to take out an easy target here with Tau, just because hopefully our boot tanks can just one-shot him. We do have our super attack with the red Zamasu, so we can go ahead and get this guy out of the way. He gets a blue card on turn 2. If you're not confident with getting Tau and the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken in turn 1, just go for the Kaioken Goku first. And then after that, we're going to go for this Dispo. He gets crit buffs over time. Then we're going to go for the hit. And then we'll go for the Basil and then Birder. That was an extremely easy fight right there. Our Zamasu did not get a blue card on turn 1. I thought putting him on the special move gauge up tile was going to be able to inch him towards it or to it, but we still were able to avoid the super attack entirely, so no big deal. Next is one of your difficult fights, straight above you, 4/5 difficulty, but it is against the Vegetos. This one is a little bit annoying. So this is the team formation we're going to use right here. We're going to put our high tiers on backup. We're going to give Boot Tanks this, and the only reason why we're giving this to him and not the Cell is because Cell automatically upgrades his special move arts as long as there's a hybrid or a tag Saiyan enemy remaining, so he doesn't even need it. So attack order, I'm going to go for this guy first. That's usually my the first guy I do want to go for, unless you're a strike team, right? Because he has a strike counter, and then on that counter, he debuffs your whole team. But he does have the opportunity to double attack regardless, so let's get him out of the way. And then, of course, the fusing guys, kill them before turn 3, which they fuse. And then I'm going to go for the blue VB because he also has a chance to double attack. We'll go for the purple. This other purple, this one's kind of useless. And then the USV at the very end because he nullifies 1 blast arts. Alright, so we did get the full kill there. We did need the rush though, unfortunately. 1.2 million. I mean, we're still looking great. I feel like this team just has a lot of defenses, plus they have a lot of ways to get those super attacks off, which is pretty helpful. Next is to the left of us, 5/5 difficulty fight. I don't know what to call this one. I mean, there's a lot of Super Saiyan 2s. Is this a Super Saiyan 2 team? I think it is. So I think this is the team formation we're going to use right here. There's double reds, right? So let's put both of our yellows on backup. I think that's going to work out for us. All right, so attack order, I'm going to go for the tag unit first, of course. The tag units are always pretty annoying, right? Thankfully, this guy does not have any cover change. Then after that, we're going to go for this guy because he does get buffed every time you defeat one of his allies. Then we'll go for Kefla. Kefla does have a buff against Saiyans. We're not running a Saiyans team, but Baby Vegeta does count as a Saiyan. And then after that, we'll go for the Shellit, the EX Goku, and then Majin Vegeta because he does do his final explosion if left at 15% or lower. So coming out of that one, I think misplay there was putting Zamasu on the yellow tile. For whatever reason, I guess I thought I was closer to a super attack than I was. We should have just put boot tanks on it. But either way, it's okay. That was an easy fight. All right, so next is straight above you. 5/5 fight, another difficult fight, right? This does have the ultra hit on it. Okay, so this is going to be the team formation for this one. There is double purples. So let's take out one of our greens, and then this guy, he's not really doing too much for us damage-wise, so I think it's okay for him to be left out as well. All right, so attack order, we're going to go for Ultra Hit first because he does stun a unit at the end of turn 1. He also gets another stun somewhere in there. I just don't quite remember where. So let's go for him first, and then we'll go for the Kale and Caulifla. And then after that, we will go for this Kefla, the Vados, the Kaba, and then Blue Champa at the end. All right, so that one was extremely easy, even for one of our quote-unquote warning sign fights, right? So we got the full kill right there, nothing to worry about, and super attacks building up as well. Next is straight above us, 5/5 difficulty fights against basically Rival Universe once again. And then I think we keep the same backup members right here. We'll keep boot tanks on this tile. That way we can just buff up his blue damage. And then this one, we're going to save it for Zamasu. That way he can just farm the super attack extremely quickly, right? There's no Saiyans on this team, so we're not going to be getting a whole bunch of buffs for this cell, but it's okay. The first unit I'm going to go for is going to be the Red Rosie. It just feels straightforward to me just because we have the blue units attacking first, right? And then we're going to go for the Bergamo. He's the biggest damage dealer here. Then we'll go for Basil, go for the Lavender, we'll go for the Rebrian, and then Cocoons at the end. All right, yeah, this team just bombards super attacks, bro. Like, that's all we're doing is just throwing a million super attacks at the enemy team, which is huge. It's really nice. Next is going to be to the right of us, 4/5 difficulty fight. We just did this one without a red unit, so I think this time we do bring in a red unit. All right, so this is the team formation we are going to be using. So high tiers on backup. We have the red unit on the board right here, and boot tanks on the special move tile. So again, we're going to use the same attack order here. I'm going to go for the Bardock first, right? Because if I super attack this guy, he has a high key restore speed, right? He's going to super attack me right back. Then after that, we'll go for the fascia, and then you can go ahead and go whatever order you want to for the EXs. Let's go for a green, yellow, green. That feels like a healthy balance. All right, so, I mean, we did take damage there. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, this guy, he super attacked the Bardock and Goku at the end of turn 1. So guess what happened at the beginning of turn 2? Our yellow Piccolo got super attacked. I mean, thankfully, these guys are pretty beefy. I have 5 out of 6 characters Zenkai Awakened, so you should be able to just get away with it scot-free, but it sucks that it happened. The next is to the left of us, 3-fist difficulty fight against Majin Buu Saga, but a more tame version of it. There's no fusing Vegito here. So this is the team formation we're going to use right here. High tiers on backup. This is only a 3-fist difficulty fight. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Let's go ahead and burn the super attack. Unfortunately, 2 super attacks are going to be used on the yellow Vegeta, but it's okay. So for attack order, let's go ahead and just burn this guy. I think it'll be an easy kill for us. Then we'll go for the Boo Bros, and then the green Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then after that, we'll go for the purple Goku. We'll go for the blue MV, and then the purple MV at the end. Okay, 3-fist difficulty, I didn't take into account that these units were going to be a lot squishier. We did not burn 2 super attacks onto this Angel Vegeta. Our Boo Tanks was able to deal with them, so we kind of wasted our super attack with our Zamasu onto the Boo Bros, but I mean, it's whatever. It's fine. Next, you actually have a choice between 2 hard fights. Just choose whichever one's more suited for your team. This one, obviously, if you have more blues on your team, this one's going to be a little bit more of an uphill battle. This one, if you have a strong blue on your team, I think this one's going to be a little bit easier since you can just take out the Raditz early. So we are going to go for this fight. This is the team formation we are going to be using right here. High tier's still going to go ahead and just chill on backup right here. I mean, this is the God Squad. We don't really need to change much right here. This guy is going to be getting the blue card with the damage buff, and then this guy, he's going to be really close to his ult. He's probably going to ult on turn 2 or 3. So let's go ahead and turn that, well, the blue card into the ultimate, that is. All right, so attack order, we're going to go for the Raditz first. He super attacks on turn 1. And then we will go for the Yamcha. And then we'll go for the blue Kaioken. He super attacks on turn 3. Then the Nappa, who's debuffing us every turn. 8 Vegeta, and then Revival at the end. Again, another really easy fight right there. They got the full kill, 1.4. And let's move on to the next, which is to the right of us, 3-fist difficulty fight against Sagas from the... this is an OG fight. I feel like we've seen this a lot. All right, so this is the team formation we're using right here. Same backup members. Let's just go ahead and preserve them. I think that's the safest bet. This guy's at 20%, so he's more than likely going to get a super attack this fight. So let's go ahead and give him the ultimate. And then this guy will just get a blast damage buff for his super. So attack order, we're going to go for the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 first, since he's early red unit that we can take out. And then we're going to go for the Dragon Fist Goku. We're going to go for the yellow Tapion, and then it's basically the rest from there, right? So you go for the Videl, I assume, the Kid Trunks, and then you do go for the purple Tapion last because he is going to debuff you once you hit him. Okay, so we did get the full kill, obviously. Something actually cool happened there, too. So if you guys didn't know, Zamasu increases his Ki restore speed once he gets hit. So he super attacked on turn 3 before our Piccolo. So Piccolo also generates the guaranteed blue card on turn 3. So because of that, we have a Piccolo with 100% gauge, meaning that he's going to get 2 super attacks the next fight we bring him in. Pretty cool. Next is the first boss fight straight above us, 5-fist difficulty fight against Regeneration. So this is our team formation here. High tiers on backup. We got Boo Tanks with the special move tile. The only reason why I'm giving it to him is because these guys are nowhere near close to their super attacks. This guy's getting 2 super attacks, so that's going to be pretty nice. And then for attack order, I'm pretty sure there's multiple different attack orders for Strike Team versus a Blast Team. We're just going to put the Blast Team one, basically, since we are running a Blast Team. For the Pocket Edition, I think we're only going to put the Blast one too. I'm not too sure. But high priority is still going to be DKP since he's debuffing on turn 2. Garlic Jr. gets a guaranteed double attack on turn 3 once he transforms. Janemba has a strike counter and a blast cover change for the Ultra Kid Buu. Ultra Kid Buu debuffs your team's damage received for 2 turns. Strike cover for DKP. Cell has a blast cover for Kid Buu and Piccolo Jr. And then Piccolo Jr. gets buffs below 70% plus strike cover for everyone but DKP. So let's go ahead and put that all together for an attack order here. I'm going to go for this guy first just because Boo Tank super attack, right? And then after that, let's go ahead and go for the DKP who's debuffing us. And then we can go for the Cell or the Garlic Jr. Then we will go for the Cell. We'll go for the Ultra Janemba and then the Ultra Boo. Definitely a hard team to go up against, but we still did it nonetheless. 1.4 million, and we did get the full kill. All right, so next fight is to the left of us, 5-fist difficulty fight. It is, I think we just did, or maybe it might have been a little bit different, but Buff Roshi is here once again. He's making a secondary appearance. This is the team formation we're going to use right here. There's 3 reds here, so let's go ahead and just put all of our yellows in backup. This guy's going to be getting a super attack, so let's go ahead and upgrade it to the ult. All right, so first unit I do want to get out of the way is going to be the red 21. Hopefully we can just one-shot her, and then we can super attack this guy with our Zamasu. That'd be absolutely ideal. Then after that, let's go for the yellow Rosie, this Gohan, and the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, and then this guy at the end because he does have Death Bus for his team. All right, so pretty easy fight right there. The only miscalculation that I would say on that one is that this guy had a super attack and we didn't take into account for that. So after we were able to take out these two, we went for the Rosie afterwards, right? So the purple against the yellow, I mean, it doesn't really make sense there. Next is to the left of us, 5-fist difficulty fight against the Super Saiyan 3s. This is where you're going to bring out your high tier characters, by the way. Honestly, I think this is the setup you guys are going to possibly see from here on out. We don't really need this guy. Remember, you only need the 30% boost, and we're getting the 30% from the Z tier and from this S tier right here. So we're kind of chilling right there. The only reason why we wouldn't have this guy in is if there's a bunch of purples on the field. All right, so attack order here. Let's go for this guy first. Hopefully we don't get stunned on our Boo tanks because the Super Saiyan 3 GT Kid Goku does stun on turn 1, unfortunately. That'll be our next target, though. Then we'll go for the purple Super Saiyan 3, the yellow Go tanks, the yellow Go tanks, the Shallot, and then green Go tanks at the end because he has death buffs. All right, so coming out of that one, we did take, I would say, good chunk of damage, especially to this guy right here. So for the upcoming fights, we're going to probably just set him next to our Super Baby 2, but other than that, it was fine. Next is to the right of us, 4-fist difficulty fights against this kind of fake fusions team in a way with Vegeta and Trunks. All right, so this is the team formation we are going to be using right here. There's 3 purples, right? So let's take this guy out, and then let's just take out the Super Baby 2. Let's just go all in for points, I think, at this point in time. If there is a point where one of our units gets below 50% HP, I think we do bring him out. But as it stands right now, this guy's going to be our healer. So attack order is simple here. Let's go for this guy first. He's a big, scary unit. Go for the Super Vegeta, then this guy, also another big scary unit. He gets a stun on turn 3 plus a blue card. You don't want to be in the middle of that. Then we'll go for the Vegito, and then you can take out the extremes, and then this guy at the end. So very easy fight right there. 4-fist difficulty, I don't think that's bad at all. 4.5 million, and that's without Super Baby heals too, so I think this is pretty solid. Next is to the left of us, 3-fist difficulty fight against Namek Saga. This also looks pretty easy. And this is the team formation I'm going to use right here. Same backup members. This guy is still going to focus his heals on this guy and then on this guy as well. Bootanks with the special move tile. Remember, this guy doesn't need the special move tile if there's a hybrid Saiyan or a Saiyan. And so there's a Gohan on there. The attack order is pretty simple here. Let's go for the red first, of course, and then we're going to go for the ultra. We're actually going to do double purples here into the healing Piccolo, this Gohan, and then Krillin at the end because of death buffs. Another really easy fight. It's only a 3-fist difficulty. I don't really expect you guys to struggle with that one too hard. This guy's almost at full HP, and so is this Piccolo, so that's really good for us. Next is to the right of us, 4-fist difficulty fight against sagas from the movies. All right, so this is going to be one of the very few occasions where we actually sub this guy out. He's at 99%, so I'm kind of okay with this to preserve the super attack. There's a lot of blues on the enemy team, so let's go ahead and get this Piccolo on there. Alright, so attack order, we're going to go for base Broly first since he's debuffing us when he attacks, and then again at the end of turn 2. Then we're going to go for the Metal Cooler, we're going to go for the Android 13, the Final Form Cooler, and then we will go for the this Broly, the blue Broly, and then the purple Broly at the end because he does have the barrier, and he debuffs you when he uses it. It's just a whole ordeal. Okay, so that one kind of just... It did give us a little bit of kickback, right? 6.7 million. It's okay, though. It's honestly fine. Not that big of a deal. It's just because we lack some of the damage from the red Zamasu, right? Next is to the right of us, 5-fist difficulty fight against Second Coming, a Broly. All right, so this is the team formation we're going to be using right here. We're going to put this guy on backup because of the double purples. Baby's still going to go ahead and mellow out right here. This guy will be right... I don't think he needs help necessarily from the yellow Piccolo heals, and the yellow Piccolo is actually getting his full border range for his heals too, which is nice. All right, so for this one, we're going to go for the Broly first. Broly does have a stun on turn 2, transforms turn 3 with a double attack, or a chance to double attack, that is, and then Videl, another relevant unit here. Then after that, we're going to go for the Goten, this Gohan, This Goku, and then Broly at the end because of the barrier. Goku has death buffs, so I mean, I think it's the 5 and 6 slots are interchangeable, honestly. So coming out of that one, I would say it's not the worst fight. I mean, look at our HP. Our HP is more than fine. It definitely can be a tricky fight if you let it be, but as long as you know the units, it's more than easily passed. Next fight straight above us, 5-fist difficulty fight against LOE. Another pretty easy fight. So this is the team formation we're going to use right here. Rare moment where both of our blues, our main blues, are going to be on backup right here. This guy on the ultimate tile because he is going to get his super attack on turn 2. All right, so attack order, I'm going to go for this guy first because remember, he does mitigate a blast arts, gets a super off of it. So it's wise to take him first, try to snipe him, or either switch everyone over to strike. I don't want to switch everyone over to strike, so we're just going to go for him first. And then after that, we'll go for this golden Frieza, we'll go for this yellow Frieza, we'll go for the Podza, this Frieza, and then revival at the end. All right, so that one was actually a bust for us. That was a bad one. We did not get the full kill. This guy lived. I believe we did pop his revival. Yeah, it just, I don't know how. We just didn't have enough damage there. We just simply could not output enough. We needed the boot tanks on there, to be honest with you. Like, we needed to just go ahead and swap out one of these guys, one of our high tiers. Next is straight above us, 5-fist difficulty fight against girls. For team formation, this is what we're going to do here. I think we're just going to go ahead and abandon the healers for now, honestly. Just because we're not putting enough damage out, and I do want to, we're pretty much at the last couple of fights. Let's go ahead and just let this guy die out. If he dies out, that's more than fine. We'll just put this guy in, but for right now, I think this is what we just work with. All right, so for my attack order, I'm going to go obviously for the red unit first, and then we're going to go ahead and just take out this purple unit. After that, we can go ahead and get the Fasha out of the way, hopefully. And then we will go for Vados, Bulma, and then Zangia at the end. Okay, so that one wasn't that bad. I mean, it's a girls fight, right? 8.9 million, did get the full kill, we're chilling. Next is going to be to the right of us, 3-fist difficulty fight against the Vegetos once again. All right, so this is the team formation we're going to be using right here. Healers, we're going to go ahead and just say screw the healers at this point. If anyone on our team dies, they die, oh well. I think it's going to be important to use these special move restore tiles on these two since they're going to build them up fast anyways. So we can just pump it out. And I'm going to use the same attack order as last time. So we're going to go for this guy first, then the fusing, and then this guy. You want to get the double attackers out of the way. Then we'll go for the purple Vegeto, the purple God Vegeto, and then the yellow Vegeto at the end. Okay, so that went as good as it possibly can go for a Vegeto fight. I mean, 3-fist difficulty and still getting 8.9 million. I think it's good. All right, so next is to the left of us, 4-fist difficulty fight against LOE. We got washed by the last LOE team we fought against. Hopefully it's different this time around. This is the team formation we are going to be using right here. Boot tanks on the special move tile. And for attack order, let's go for the Frost first to avoid the turn 2 stun. Then this Frieza, the red Frieza, yellow Frieza, green Frieza, and then the revival. Thankfully, that went a lot better than the last LOE team we fought against. 10.2 million. Got the full kill, no rush. Next is to the left of us, 4-fist difficulty fight against free-to-play, well, the Broly sagas from the movies, but we did fight this one already. So just for this fight, I do not think it's worth bringing in the red Zamasu, so this is what we're going to be using right here. For attack order, I'm going to go for the base Broly, Metal Cooler, Android 13, this Broly, the green Cooler, and then the purple at the end. All right, so that one, another pretty easy fight. 13 million off of the 4-fist fight. It's pretty nice, and we are definitely going to secure 100 million points for the season with the last boss fight being Regeneration once again. So this is the final team formation right here. If you really wanted to squeeze out more points, you could switch out someone for this yellow Piccolo, get an extra S tier in there. We already have the 30%, so I don't really see a point in doing it. Plus, I want to make sure I get the full kill here. We do have a super attack from this guy, super attack from boot tanks, and then super attack from this guy probably around the 4th turn. So for my attack order, I'm going to go for a red first, right? And then my green's going to super attack at the end, so we should try to get this blue out of the way. And then we'll go for the DKP since he's debuffing us. We'll go for the Garlic Jr., this cell, and then Ultra Kid Buu at the end. So that one was very, very chaotic, very lucky from my end. 15 million points. We did get the full kill without the rush. Garlic Jr. was able to transform on us there. Thankfully, we avoided his double attack because he went for my cell, the EX cell, and we strike cover change with the Zamasu. So I would like to say that I planned that out from the jump, but I did not. 15 million. Let's see where we end off on the leaderboard. So currently sitting at rank 165. I definitely don't feel like it's deserved, if I'm being quite honest with you guys. I definitely feel like I played like a noob this season. I don't know if it's just because of outside stuff, but definitely did not play as well. That's definitely going to change this next upcoming season. Guide videos will return as normal, and hopefully we'll just give you guys a better experience overall with these guides. Let me know, did you guys rank? I don't even want to know if you guys ranked higher than me or lower than me. I just want to know if you guys got enough points to get that 1000 CC. That's all that matters, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.